Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jack Tuna. I am a member of Lexington Minute Men. Joining me here this morning is past Captain Henry Liu. On behalf of the Lexington Minute Men Company, His Majesty's 10th Regiment of Foot, and all the people of Lexington, it is a pleasure to welcome you here today in the birthplace of America. 247 years ago, in the early dawn of April 19, 1775, the first forcible resistance to the British Crown took place on this sacred ground. Here, on an early spring day, was born the idea of revolution and freedom. This morning, we have the privilege of reliving the reenactment of the Battle of Lexington, the shot heard around the world. And now, past Captain Henry Liu. Good morning. Thank you all for coming to witness our portrayal of the first battle of the American Revolution. On the field today are the Lexington Minute Men, His Majesty's 10th Regiment of Foot, the 1st Foot Guards, the 4th and 5th Regiments, and the 16th Light Dragoons. Before I paint the backdrop, I would like to first thank the hard work of the men and women of the Lexington Police and Fire Departments, Public Works, Lexington Historical Society, and the Town Celebrations Committee for their tireless efforts throughout the night and throughout the many years supporting this event. In preparation for the reenactment just 2 years ago, in 2020, none of us could have anticipated the real-life battle that each of us and everyone across the world would face, the pandemic, which continues even today. Since that early spring, we approached 1 million deaths in the U.S. alone and over 6 million worldwide because of COVID. We all bear witness to a battle that changed how we work, learn, communicate, and live our daily lives. Let us all rejoice in our ability to overcome these obstacles together, adjust to this new normal, and bring back some of the regular traditions like the one we are here to see today. I also want to mention that during the time since our last reenactment, the Lexington Minute Men has lost 3 of its own members: Dan Fenn, John Waters, and Kevin Gagnon, whose funeral was just over a week ago. Some of you may recognize the name of Dan Fenn. Dan embodied the role of service throughout his adult life. During World War II, he served as warrant officer in the U.S. Air Force in Italy, after which he finished his studies at Harvard and became assistant dean at Harvard College. Dan taught at Harvard for 56 years, including classes at the Kennedy School Executive Management Program, even teaching via Zoom months before his death in August 2020. As mentor for thousands of students over his many years, he was one of the most popular teachers and served in many other roles at Harvard beyond the classroom throughout his tenure. For his service at Harvard, he was awarded the Harvard Medal at commencement in 2019. Dan served as staff assistant to President Kennedy from 1961 to 1963 and put together what is now the modern-day Presidential Personnel Office in the White House, attracting Americans from all walks of life to serve their country and support the President's famous resolve to ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. After the White House, he was appointed as Vice Chair and member of the U.S. Tariff Commission, Dan led the effort to build the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum at Columbia Point in Boston, served as its founding director, and helped make it one of the most popular presidential libraries. Until his death, he was one of the last surviving senior members of President Kennedy's White House staff. Locally, Dan was a longtime resident of Lexington, where he served 2 terms on the select board, 2 terms on the school committee, elected to town meeting for nearly 60 years. He was a proud member of the Lexington Minute Men for over 3 decades, president of the Lexington Historical Society, founding president of the Lexington Education Foundation, and served on many town boards and committees. Dan received Lexington's highest award, the White Tricorn Hat, in 2000, and the Minuteman Cane Award in 2011, to recognize his lifelong service to his country and his community. May his legacy of community service forever shine brightly upon the town of Lexington, our country, and upon us all. I would like to ask you all to please join me in a moment of silence for Dan Fenn and for all those we have lost the last 2 years during the pandemic. Thank you. Now let me set the stage. It is now 1775. There are no paved roads. There is no flagpole or statue on the common. There were no Zoom meetings or Instagram. This is a small rural town west of Boston, originally settled as Cambridge Farms. It was incorporated as the town of Lexington in 1713. In the years leading up to 1775, British Parliament imposed various taxes on its colonies. Tensions between England and the colonies grew steadily. King George III found it necessary to keep military forces in Boston to contain the colonists' resentment and to support the royal governor. In December 1773, the Lexington Militia, also known as the Lexington Training Band, was formed under the command of Captain John Parker. They reaffirmed their resolve to fight for freedom and liberty by taking this pledge. We trust in God that should the state of our affairs require it, we shall be ready to sacrifice our estates and everything dear in life, yea, and life itself, in support of the common cause. By 1774, virtually every town within 50 miles of Boston had formed their own militia, or minute company, and took similar oaths. A few of the towns had also become storage depots for gunpowder and military supplies. The town of Concord, just west of here, was one of those places. On the night of April 18th, Paul Revere set out on horseback for Boston to alert local militia captains of the impending march of the British regulars. He also rode to Lexington to alert John Hancock and Samuel Adams, who were staying at the home of Reverend Jonas Clark, a short distance north of this common. It was worried that the regulars were coming to seize these 2 patriots. Along the route, Revere tried the alarm to villagers so that the British regulars were on the march. Unlike popular belief, he did not shout out, "The British are coming," but rather, "The regulars are out." Paul Revere's speed on horseback could not be matched by the hundreds of British regular soldiers, slowly plodding through the night as they steadily marched towards Lexington. Upon Revere's arrival in Lexington around midnight, Captain Parker ordered the sounding of the alarm bells in the belfry to notify the townspeople and militia of the imminent danger. Townspeople appeared from their homes throughout the night and assembled here on this common. After much anticipation and delay, many of the militia members who had answered the alarm were allowed to retire. Those living close returned to their homes, some remained on the common, and several retired to Buckman Tavern, which you can see standing nearby. Throughout the night, Parker sent scouts on horseback on the road towards Boston to watch for the movement of regulars. After Paul Revere had warned Hancock and Adams, Revere had spied a patrol of British officers on horseback heading towards Lincoln. Revere was captured by this patrol, but was soon released and walked back to Lexington, where Hancock and Adams were preparing to evacuate to Woburn and away from the column of British regulars heading this way. It wasn't until daybreak when Thaddeus Bowman returned on horseback to Buckman Tavern to warn Captain Parker that the regulars were indeed on their way and very close. As we begin the reenactment, this is the scene. Some militia members are on the common and others are inside or around Buckman Tavern. Inside, Captain Parker anxiously awaits any news of the regulars and their whereabouts. You will see Thaddeus Bowman arrive on horseback and alert Captain Parker of the news. The captain will order the firing of the alarm guns. He will order William Diamond to sound the alarm on his drum. The militia will rally to the defense of the town and take up positions on the common. As the men were lined up on the common with news that the regulars were just down the road, Hancock remembered a trunk full of his private papers left behind at Buckman Tavern. This trunk contained names and other information of many revolutionaries of the time. Revere volunteered to retreat and retreat to the trunk. As the regulars advanced onto the common, Parker's men showed mixed emotions. Angry, confused, scared, and unsure what may happen next. Several of the militia will push to the front in defiance, and others will retreat in fear. As the sides of the forts bearing down on them rose in size, Nathaniel Mulligan, one of Parker's men, cries out, "There are so few of us, it is folly to stand here." It is at this time when Captain Parker will attempt to steady his men and issues this command. "Do not fire unless fired upon. Let the troops pass by and do not molest them without they begin first." You can find a 19th century interpretation of this famous command engraved on a stone on the northeast side of the common. As the regulars ready themselves in battle formation, you will see British officers advance forward towards Parker's company and demand that the rebels disperse. In an attempt to pacify the rebels in their path, the British officers release militiamen from Woburn who were spying on the regulars' advance and were captured earlier in the night. Suddenly, a shot will ring out. To this day, we do not know who fired first, and the first armed confrontation of the American Revolution will begin.
Am I blocking you with my lens? Tell me when. Just shove me or whatever.
Attention! To the right about. Out! Face! To the front. March! Take care! Hey! Up! To the right about. Out! Face! 5 steps to the front. March! Dress the line. Sound the roll.
Joseph Dyke, Jonas Parker, Enoch Wellington, Corporal Joel Biles, Ebenezer Monroe Jr., John Musgrave, John Hosmer, John Monroe Jr., Lieutenant William Kidd, Samuel Kidd, John Brown, Nathaniel Mulligan, Nathan Monroe, William Diamond, Jonas Clark, Nathan Monroe, William Grimes, Samuel Hadley, Solomon Terry, John Robbins, Amos Merritt, Daniel Farmer, Jacob Bacon, Thomas Winship, Jedediah Monroe, James Brown, Isaac Hastings, Jonathan Harrington,
Captain John Parker. Company. To the right about. Out. Face. To the front. March. Out. To the right about. Out. Face. Company, private load. Company. Order. Your firelocks.
company. Handle up. Shoulder. Your fire. Steady, men! Steady, men! Do not fire unless fired upon. Let the troops pass by and do not molest them without them being first. Steady, men! Disperse, you rebels! Lay down your arms! Return to your homes! Now you lay down your arms! Get back! Get Hold the line! Hold the line! Surround these men! Seize their weapons! Do not fire on them! Stop! Battalion! To the front! Back! Front! Hold the line! Hold the line! Hold! Stand together. Form! Front! Front! Hold the line. Lay down your arms and return home. Lay down your arms. You won't get my gun! Folks, I will have them all! Battalion! Fix your spirits! Ready, man. Get it. Shoulder up. Charge your bayonets. Huzzah! retreat back to Boston.
Yes, go back to Boston.
Very good. Generate.
Take those murdering heathen with you.
On your tongue. Battalion! Prime and load! Shoulder on your left. Right, ready! Freeze on! Fire! Left up, fire lock! Shoulder, fire lock! Shut, pan! Battalion will advance! By companies! From the right! By the center! Advance! Right? Face.
Murderer!
Back! Move! Right, face!
The battle is over. 8 colonists lay dead and 9 are wounded. Villagers, family, and friends have gone to give aid to the wounded and grieve over their loved ones. All are stunned at what just happened here. The regulars continued their march to Concord, 8 miles to the west. By the time they arrived later that morning, numerous militia units were waiting in defiance of the regulars' advance, and the regulars were forced to retreat back to Boston. Before the day ended, 49 colonists and 73 regulars lay dead, and another 41 colonists and 174 regulars were wounded. In Lexington, we will always honor the memory of these first casualties of war, who gave their lives for their country in the first battle of the American Revolution. They are Jonas Parker, Samuel Hadley, John Brown, Isaac Muzzy, Caleb Harrington, Asahel Porter, Robert Monroe, Jonathan Harrington Jr. Some of these fallen are buried here under the granite obelisk located on the knoll on the west side of the Common. This is the oldest memorial of the Revolutionary War. Shortly, you will see the Lexington Minute Men assemble and prepare to march to the old burying ground, just behind the first parish and the back of the Common. There they will fire a salute over the resting place of many of those who fought here 247 years ago. As they offer the salute, We also commemorate the moment when later that day, Captain Parker sought his revenge on those who inflicted harm on his men. With the smell of gunpowder still in the air, their neighbors and brothers dead in the wake of the morning battle, and knowing the size of the force they faced that morning, this small militia company bravely marched toward Concord to meet the British column once again. They marched resolutely, motivated by the idea that freedom was within their grasp. Lexington's town seal includes the phrase, "What a glorious morning for America." Although lives were lost that day, these words honored those that sacrificed everything, yea, and life itself, in support of the common cause. It was indeed a glorious morning. Thank you, and good morning.